What is going on, YouTube? Welcome to the Living Freed channel. My name is Tyler Freed, and in this video, I'm going to be discussing the percentage of drop and hook here at Crete Carrier. And the reason I'm going to be discussing that is because I got a question on my last video about, hey, what is the percentage of drop and hook here at Crete? I'm going to get into that, but first, if you're new to the channel, I appreciate you for clicking on the video. Make sure you like the video, sub to the channel. Also, check out more of my other videos that'll pop up at the end of this one, and follow me on Instagram. The link to that is in the description below. Make sure you go follow me there, and I'm going to get right into it. So, look, in most of my videos, I like to get right to the point, and that is what I'm going to do in this video. But first, I'm going to give y'all an update. This is for all my subscribers that are not new to the channel. Right now, I am in Ohio. I like to give context to tell people where I'm at. Right now, I'm in Ohio. I'm about 30 miles from Columbus, Ohio. I picked up a load out of Kentucky. I'm headed up to Pennsylvania, and that is pretty much it. I'm having a great morning here. So let me get right into it. What is the percentage of drop and hook freight here at Crete Carrier? Well, it'll depend. It'll depend. I could not answer that question straight up because at Crete, as I have stated in previous videos, there are so many divisions. There is dry van. That is what I am. I am in the dry van division, and I run all 48 states, OTR. There is also Schaefer, which is the refrigerated division, and you could run all 48 states with them as well, with Schaefer. And there is Hunt Transportation, which is their flatbed division, and you can run all 48 with them. However, with all three divisions, flatbed, reefer, and dry van, they have all 48 OTR. They have OTR like regional, where you can run the western part of the country or the eastern part of the country. And they also have different regional divisions where you run like the southeast or the northeast or the Midwest. They have so many different divisions. They also have dozens of dedicated lanes, and depending on where you live will depend on what dedicated routes are out of your hometown, right? Like, I'm from Dallas. Well, they have particular routes, particular dedicated lanes out of Dallas that they may not have out of Ohio, for example, okay? So there's so many different lanes. Just to put it simple, there's so many different divisions. There's 3 different types of freight they haul. It's hard for me to answer, like, hey, what will you be paid at Crete starting out? It's hard for me to answer that because I don't know what division you're going to be in. What is the amount of drop and hook on OTR? OTR, I can answer that. OTR, all 48, dry van, I would say it's between 80 and 90% drop and hook. Put it this way, most loads I'm on, it's usually a drop and hook on one of the ends. And what is one of the ends? Either when I'm picking up, it's drop and hook, or when I'm delivering, it's drop and hook. On this load that I'm on now, it is a drop and hook on both ends. I picked up, drop and hook, and I deliver, drop and hook, which is glorious. If you're a truck driver, you know how amazing that is when it's drop and hook on both ends and open-ended appointments. That's what I love about working here at Crete. When you're a company driver, the amount of drop and hook is important because we get paid by the mile. We do not want to be sitting at docks for hours waiting to get loaded and unloaded. Now, I will say the majority of the live loads and live unloads are usually pretty decent, okay? They're usually pretty decent. Most of the time, you're not sitting there for 3, 4, 5 hours. Now, it's trucking. No company can fix this because that's just the warehouses that are like this, but there's certain shippers and receivers that if you're stuck with a live load or unload, they take hours. They'll take 5, 6, 7, 8 hours. But that is rare. That is rare. Most places are pretty decent, at least here at Crete. They're pretty decent. But I will say, if you are going to be OTR, dry van division, you are going to have 80 to 90% drop and hook. Now, if you're refrigerated, you're going to have more live unloads and live loads because reefer is different. There's very strict appointments at the reefer, like shippers and receivers, okay? It's way more strict on that, and you're going to be doing way more live loads and live unloads. As far as the flatbed division, I don't know enough about that to really comment on that, but I do know that if you go to the all 48 dry van division, it's less hassle than refrigerated. It just is, okay? I also don't know if you want to do like a Walmart dedicated account. There's so many options, guys. You got to understand, this company has like 5,800 truck drivers, okay? And they're all different kinds. They're regional, local, OTR, flatbed, reefer, dry van, as I just alluded to. But I will answer this, like most of the dedicated lanes, most of them are like 90% drop and hook. Like I know for a fact that there's this dedicated lane out of Dallas. It's called the Texas-Colorado Loop, and it's 90% drop and hook. And I absolutely believe that because the customers that you're hauling for on that account are primarily drop and hook. They are. I plan on doing the Texas-California Loop when I'm ready to come off of over the road. That's what I'm thinking about doing, at least right now. That may change, but that is 90% drop and hook. And I know that it is going to be drop and hook, again, because of the type of customers they're hauling for. If it's a big distribution center, like a big company, most of the time that is drop and hook. But if say you're picking up beer, right? That's usually drop and hook. If you pick up at like a Molson Coors plant or a Budweiser plant, usually you're picking up and that's drop and hook. But a lot of times you'll deliver to a distributor and that'll be a live unload because you're delivering to a distributor. There's no drop trailers at the distributor. However, what I will say is, in an example like that, where you're delivering to a distributor, usually they unload you pretty quick. As long as you show up there at your appointment on time, they're going to unload you in 30 minutes to an hour. So it just depends on what customer you're going to. But if you're doing dedicated or regional, you're going to have more drop and hook dedicated than any other division you are. OTR, because you're delivering to every customer they have, not just a few customers that they have on one lane, you're going to have less drop and hook. But I will say, OTR, the abundance of drop and hook is amazing. Compared to my last company, there's way more drop and hook here than there was at my last company. Not downing my last company, it is what it is. It's because my last company was much smaller than Crete is. Like I said, there's like 5,800 drivers here at Crete. So, moral of the story, let me wrap it up with this. The drop and hook is for sure 80%, and most weeks it's 90%. Okay, most weeks. So between 80 and 90%, that is dry van, all 48. Other divisions, you can go online. Hold on a minute, hitting a bunch of bumps. As far as the other divisions, you need to go online to Crete Carrier's website, put in where you live, and it'll pop up all the different divisions for your area. Okay, and you can look at the amount of drop and hook. They put the percentage in there as far as the amount of drop and hook freight that there is for your lane that you want to run. Okay, they'll put it in there. Now, OTR is the most widespread, like, one, right? You could be all 48 living in Montana and do OTR. You can pretty much live anywhere in the country and do OTR for Crete. Now, as far as dedicated and regional routes, they may not hire you for that position depending on where you live, okay? So everything depends. All I can say is if you're interested in Crete, call the recruiter. If you're truly interested, get a pen and pad out, write down all of your main questions that you have. Literally, write it down on a pen and pad, call the recruiter and tell them, hey, I've got a list of questions and slowly ask each question thoroughly and write down their answer they give you so that you have all the intricate details that you need to make your decision. All right, that is if you're truly interested. Okay, but what I will say is, if you are a runner, I'm going to wrap this up. If you are a runner, if you are somebody who knows how to manage your time out here, if you are somebody who doesn't complain, if you are somebody willing to hustle and communicate well with your asset manager, aka your dispatcher, okay, you will do very well as a company driver at Crete. You will. I know that for a fact because I'm doing very well at Crete. My average monthly miles are between 12 and 13,000 miles every single month. That is what I'm hitting. Okay? That means I'm averaging, in a 4-week span, over 3,000 miles a week. But I do work my face off. If you want to average 2,500 miles a week, you don't really feel like running that hard, that's fine. You can do that as well. You can do that as well. You don't have to push it. But if you want to push it, if you want to run this truck until the wheels fall off, you can do that. You can run every legal minute possible at Crete. You are very rarely going to be sitting around waiting for a load. I have not sat around waiting for a load at all in 6 months. Well, it's been over 6 months now. A little over 6 months, I have not been sitting waiting for a load. I've always been pre-planned on every load that I'm dispatched on. Okay, when I get within like 2 hours from my delivery, usually I'm hit with a pre-plan. A lot of times, I'm hit with 2 pre-plans. I'll be hit with a pre-plan the day before I get to my delivery, and I'll be hit with a pre-plan for the next load after that. So, the abundance of drop and hook, like, it's all a combination. Crete is such a great company, in my opinion, because they pay a lot higher rate per mile than most large companies. And they have an abundance of drop and hook, and their load planning is impeccable. Their load planning is impeccable. You're always pre-planned. You always know what you're going to be doing for the next 3, 4, 5 days, sometimes an entire week. Okay? Like on a lot of their dedicated lanes, you know what you're going to do when you leave the house. And I have somebody actually coming over to Crete, and I will announce that here pretty soon. But somebody that I know is going to be coming to Crete, and he is doing the Colorado loop, the Texas-Colorado loop, 90% drop and hook. On that lane, the majority of his weeks, he will be pre-planned for the entire week. He will know what he's doing. I mean, that's just glorious. As a company driver, it makes your life so much more easy to have a company that has their stuff together like that. That's all I'm going to say. So, if you guys enjoyed this video, I appreciate you for clicking on the video. I appreciate you for staying this far into the video. If you're interested in Crete, like I said, call the recruiter. If you do go to Crete and you want to give me a referral, my driver code will be in the description below. And I really appreciate each and every one of you that are already subscribed. And God bless. Thank you for watching, and peace out.